Call the meeting to order. It is 6 o'clock on June the 8th, 2026. Let the record reflect that Mary Ann Naisland is on an excused absence and Isaac will be a little bit late. Other than that, all board members are present and accounted for. Pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tonight's a study session, and that's why we are in this less informal square. Any changes to our very extensive agenda this evening?
No, ma'am.
So we wanted to finish up talking about the legislative advocacy that we started talking about last month, I'm not sure. And then talk about board meeting calendar discussion. So legislative advocacy.
Go down.
That one's fine. That one's good. So we talked last time about like the different things to do, like identify candidates, the common message, initiating contact, correspondence, and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to see, instead of just like the ledge rep doing all of it, if you guys wanted to collaborate on any of the items. The first one is basically getting a list of contact info for all the candidates that are running in November. And not like all of the candidates in the state, but just we have 2 districts since we're split in half. So that's something somebody can do. And then once we go through here more, we do have a template for like emails from us, but then kind of making that template for our community to email also would be great. It's just like a little bit of switching up in there. Like the contact and the correspondence is ledge rep, and I'll see if Mary Ann's interested in, because she's co-ledge rep, I'll see if she's interested in helping with that. And then the educational forum, hopefully we can get that going. So if somebody wants to help with that, getting kind of organized and all that, and continue to work as all of us. So we can go through the other stuff and then we can come back to that. I only did a couple slides. It's not like there's a ton of stuff. This is all, I didn't make it up. It's from WASDA. The progress of our legislature, because we've done stuff in the past where we go to the legislature and stuff like that, but we're just, because I've talked to Chris about it, the more we can do, the better, because we know that a lot of our community really, you okay?
Yeah, just.
Our community is asked, like, what can we do? What can they do to help us? Because a lot of the things they, ask us for, we're like, it's not us, we have to talk to the state. So this kind of can get more people involved. So things like setting goals and making sure we have priorities, track what we're doing, get feedback, talk to our community and find out, hey, this is what we've done. Do you feel that it's enough? Do you feel like we should do something different? Kind of like we asked about like communication. These are the things we do to communicate. What other things can we do better? So like feedback sessions. We can monitor social media and public sentiment. That's not always fun, but it's an option. And then analyze and take that feedback and implement changes based on that feedback. And then once we hit whatever goals we have set, we make new goals that build on the progress. Any questions? Like I said, it's just basic. He lives.
Yeah, quick drink of water. Thank you.
Next slide. This is just, you guys can read this yourselves. It's just, this is also from WASDA. I didn't make it up either. Because sometimes it can be hard when you go to Olympia or when you're talking to somebody that doesn't necessarily isn't like the same party as you personally. And you're trying to have like as a school board director, like a nonpartisan stance on these things that this is, we want to do what's best for kids. It doesn't matter if it's an R or a D or whatever, we work together. So these are just some tips that WASDA had come up with on how to work with legislators and stakeholders that have different political views. And I'll let you guys read that yourself. Next. This is just a sample letter. This one would be advocacy. I can't say that word for some reason. Begging for increased funding. We'll just call it begging. So this is something that we can take this and kind of switch it up just a little bit so that our community, when they have issues and they want to help us, that they can actually use that as well. Okay.
Sorry.
We're almost done. No.
We assigned you everything on the first page.
Yes. Was that my last slide? Will you go
Yes.
back to the one,
Who does what?
where Isaac's gonna do everything?
Oh, great.
Is anyone interested in identifying the candidates? It shouldn't be hard, but
I mean, that's gotta be, what, just quick search online, I mean, I can't take. I'll identify them and make contact, how about that?
thank you. And then, does anyone want to help with the email templates, like for the ones that we want to share with our community partners? You have skills.
I can do that if you need to.
I mean, I'll give you the other templates, and then it's just switching it up a little bit to make it so that, like, what if a community member, like, tells Chris that, hey, what can I do to help? We really want funding for special education. He can just say, here, I'll send you a template. And you just put your name and whatever in there, that we have those, if somebody contacts us, we can just say, here you go, here's the template.
Just tell me what templates we
perfect.
need,
Okay.
what we need, and I'll
I will do that.
send them on over.
And then Isaac, that leaves you helping me plan the educational forum.
Okay.
And hopefully maybe we can get like debates and, that kind of stuff and find out what the candidates feel about education. And then Marianne's not here, so I will assign her to help me with the other ones that just say ledger up. Perfect. Do you guys, is there anything that you guys feel like we're missing or forgetting or? It's just, you can read this. There's some things on there. It's on I'll email it to you guys, or Kayla can email it to you guys. And then just you can read the other stuff that's in there, but it's simple stuff, but at least, we can go to Olympia once a year, but the more we can do more often, then,
Squeaky wheel gets greased.
yes. So, and then we'll try to get them, because we talked to them when they came to the city. I emailed them after that, letting them know we're going to be planning some stuff. These are the people that are already in office. That, to expect some invitations and stuff. So they know, they've talked to us, they know we're going to bug them. And if we can get the people that are running to come and, talk to our community, and they can ask questions and kind of see where they stand on education before they vote for them. And then maybe even like the League of Women Voters that Dave always helps with, which the League of Women Voters love Dave.
They do.
Because they do. They really love Dave. Because they do all the stuff for when they interview the candidates and stuff like that. But, maybe we can get something like that here too. So.
And that was a big, Isaac, the supper that you came to at the middle school, people said if we did that, they would show up.
Yes, they would.
They just need
And
some
they're still
talking
hot on
points,
that.
which is,
Yeah.
I think, where the templates.
Friday night, I ran into some of those parents
Oh.
at the Harvest Kitchen.
Okay,
I told them that we get it scheduled,
They're going, let us know whenever you know, so we can get that place back.
Yeah.
They're really on point with that.
That'd be good, yeah. Well, that's the plan in the community, that's the one you're helping me with.
Perfect.
Anything else? Dr. Douglas, Dr. Granger, anything you want to add?
I think anytime we can have set messages where people can add their personal story to it, that it's different in rural communities and small communities than what they might normally hear from in Olympia, so.
And for us to say like, okay, here's your representative, here's their email, here's their phone number, here's
what
a
you can talk
template,
about, yeah.
you know, and you can just throw, it just makes it so much easier for people to do that. And hopefully, you know, we can get everybody on board with helping us with that, because they're so used to hearing us, I think, you know, they kind of tune us out a little bit, so.
Sure.
We're a lot. But I think that if the representatives hear from the actual more voters, they're
Oh,
more
yeah.
inclined to help. So, awesome, okay, mine's done. And then we just wanted to talk about, Chris, about a board meeting.
Our current one pager of all our meetings for the school year is about to wrap up in July, the one that we post on the front door, so I had sent, this is a draft, like anything else we do, it's a working draft, but one of the things that Gigi and I talked about, and Isaac was there as well when we were talking agenda, is instead of doing an agenda review every month, doing it quarterly on a Thursday, and then talking about kind of the next quarter, what will come up in meetings. Maybe that frees up, not that anybody couldn't call and ask questions before any board meeting, but maybe instead of having something on the books, it just frees up 8 more Thursdays during the course of a year that
And then we just use one of those every quarter for a retreat.
retreat.
And there'll be food.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm in.
And then just to, so you're kind of aware of the plan, is you've been hearing from campuses each month. We'll keep that up. In August, we would start at 5 so that you could hear from each, you'll hear from Dr. Douglas and I, then you'd hear from each campus on their school improvement plan. So it's kind of their beginning of year launch. It would be like, here's our data from the end of last year, here's our goals that we worked on with our team, here's what we're gonna do. And we would do that for about an hour before the regular meeting starts. And then in February, you would hear from us all again on a mid-year update. So every kind of August and February, every 6 months, you'd hear from them. In addition to when you hear from one of them at a time on a rotating basis monthly, you would hear from all of them as a team twice a year on the work that we're doing together that would align with the strategic plan.
And one of the things we talked about, since you said that, so I don't forget, is since we have the new strategic plan and all that, but we went through it, but we didn't really like get into it. Like, how are we gonna track this, and how are we gonna know our progress? So we talked about having one of our study sessions where we really dig into it. So we know, so if somebody says, well, what's on your strategic plan, you know? I would probably blank out right now, but we need to know, and then how we can align the things that we do in our meetings to our strategic plan. So are you guys good with doing a study session on that?
I tentatively put it in the agenda review retreat for August 20th so that you would hear it 4 days before you'll hear from all of us about what we're doing and how it's aligned. So that way it would be fresh on your mind if that works. But if people are kind of okay with trying to take this approach, we'll update our one pager of meetings and then get all the calendar invites sent out so everybody has them on their calendars, and update our website. This community message that's going out tomorrow, have all the supper dates for next school year. So we'll try to we're trying to tell people now, like, here's all the ways you can engage with different things well in advance. We also have a year-end report, a community report, that's gonna go out the first week of July. So it's about an 8-page summary of the year. That's something we haven't done before, but in lieu of the calendar packet that goes out, we're gonna mail out kind of a year in review and looking ahead. So we'll be able to talk about the levy and the upcoming bond, the strategic plan, all the things that we've worked on this year, and then look ahead to the things that are coming up. And we'll just make that a yearly kind of summary of the year. So your pictures will be in the inside cover of page 2. by the superintendent's message. So if there's anything specific, we'll get you a draft of it so you can see what it'll look like. We're using our communication partners out of ESD 112, the ones that helped with our levy flyers, and they have some examples from different districts and are helping us make it look good. And that'll be mailed to homes, like at home, so that they would be able to see a year in review, basically.
And then because Isaac and I met with Chris and Dr. Douglas last
week.
And we did say,
Is that Thursday?
yeah. Today's Monday, right?
Yep.
But we were saying that maybe that if we don't do like the agenda review every time, like have two of us come in and meet like every year. I don't know how we didn't really say, but that's like an option also, like, cause it just, come up with a list of things that you have questions on, or if you hear things or have issues or whatever. It's a good way to like just get it out and get it done with, those are things we can do in between meetings and stuff too. So if anybody ever wants to do that, obviously you can meet with them by yourself, but it was kind of nice, like, to have two of us, cause then you can, like, oh, do you
Bounce
remember
ideas
this,
off each
or,
other.
yeah. So that's something too. And then I wanted to ask, a lot of boards, almost all boards that I've seen do, like, board member comments. We did it for a little while, and then we stopped. But I wanted to, because Chris and I have talked about it a little bit, I wanted to see if you guys are interested in starting that up again. Marianne asked for it, so anybody have a problem with doing that? You don't have to have a comment.
Oh, no, Michael has to have a comment every time.
Yeah, you know me, chatterbox.
Does anybody have a problem with us doing that, or? Okay. So let's try it, but maybe we need some ground rules.
We do need ground rules.
So we can think of some ground rules, and if you have some ideas on ground rules, why don't you email Chris and I, and we can put them together, and
We can do that in our next retreat and then
Yeah.
start it the month after,
yeah.
if that sounds good.
What, Michael? I see you're.
Curious what these rules are gonna be. Like, I want you to make comments, but I wanna tell you what your comments can be.
No.
Pick
No.
from these.
Yeah.
We'll have the template for you.
Usually when, in places that I've done it before, it comes after board business and before executive session, and it's usually titled like board comments in future meetings. So if you're like, hey, I really would like to hear about first grade reading, but I didn't have a chance to talk to you before the meeting, could we get that on a future agenda? Or
It's just not like, so last week I went to Walmart, and I mean, you want to keep it like, ground rules, like keep it to the board, or community, or, things like that.
things that are in the board's purview.
Yeah.
Very unreasonable that I can't talk about my Walmart trip last week.
You can't tell me if you got delivery or if you did pickup. I don't really care. So, no, but that kind of thing. Not like you have to talk about it. You can't talk about certain things. But and then I had one other thing that I wrote down.
Okay.
I brought this up before. What do you guys think about because we have this study session, but if we have like a study session like this or a workshop where we have the community participate with us? So it wouldn't necessarily, and I don't think I've mentioned this to Chris, but because we have our board meetings and they can do public comment, but we can't not talk back, but we can't.
Respond.
Yes, thank you.
Engage.
It's scary, I don't know, it's just an idea, because it's one of those that, maybe you have the community meetings, or where you have the two board members go and talk to people, but it's just something to think about. We
I
can
don't
talk
think it's a
about
bad idea, we just gotta have to have some ground rules. I think it's a good thing to engage.
Yeah.
If you get feedback,
I agree.
but there has to be respectful conversation from both sides.
So this seems like a great opportunity to get attacked. And
That's
have
what I'm
two people
saying.
there to try and defend and.
No, I'm just talking, if we did it on a board like this, if we did it in a
And we've done the two people at the,
separate.
Skybook.
yeah, Scott, and it was fun for me, yeah. But it wasn't fun. So this like a little different, but I mean, I think just so we're like increase our transparency, to be more open to what people have to say. So it's just a thought, and we can discuss maybe at our retreat also.
Either that or we bring up certain topics.
Yeah.
That way, it's just not wide open.
Yeah, I
because
think if we did it
sometimes
like
it's
in
wide
this,
open,
then
we
that's,
may not have all the answers that people want. But if we say, this is the topic that we're gonna
That's
discuss.
a great idea.
yeah, because
That
I
way
think
we
if we
can
did it
bring
during like,
information
yeah,
and
the
we can-
study session or a workshop, this is our workshop topic, and we announce that ahead of time, and if you have like whatever we're gonna talk about, busing or what, if you have
Mhm.
transportation
I like that
things
idea.
coming, yeah.
Keeps it, yeah.
Yeah, and not
Yeah.
just,
But then also, we gotta make sure that if people start escalating or getting,
You just shut it down.
then it's just like, we will shut it down or
Yeah.
ask you to leave or whatever.
yeah,
So,
okay,
just
cool.
has to be done respectfully from both,
Yeah.
from everybody.
Awesome. Does anybody else have anything? All right,
Is this on the 20th? I thought it was on the 20th.
That's next year.
it's a 2027.
Oh, sorry.
And we'll go through this, because I mean, like all of the study session, things like that, we can,
Yeah,
Chat and-
these are just drafts,
yeah,
because anytime, especially if you're gonna do community, you have to do a special meeting
yeah.
and then states that you can only address the topic that you post the meeting for, so it just, these are just draft ideas.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys have topics you think would be good for study sessions, things like that, let us know, because then we can, meet and hammer it all out.
I did leave the September workshop at Gold Bar like we did this time. I thought it was good for us to go out there and have at least one meeting out there in the library.
That's a great idea. So people all can drive in.
There was one other meeting item that you wanted to discuss that happens in Spokane in November.
WASDA conference registration opens on Wednesday, and it typically will book relatively quickly, so Kayla and I are gonna get on, so I don't know if people are interested in going. It's a good opportunity. There's pre-conferences on law conference and board boot camp, so I find the law conference to be very helpful. It's,
And just FYI, for my birthday this year, I would love for people to attend, because it's on my birthday. So you don't have to buy me a gift, you could just come to the
What part of
conference.
September is it?
it's November
November.
19th through the 21st.
And my
November,
birthday is the
God,
20th, it's every
what I
year
was
on the
saying,
same
it's-
dates.
It's just a horrible time.
You guys
Well,
would say that.
family and
What? You see your family
You
all the
don't
time.
like your family, stop it.
He loves you, Summer. You're watching. So think about that. Registration opens tomorrow, or Wednesday, and
it's over in Spokane.
Yes, sir.
I get us there pretty quick.
I've driven them.
So think about it. You will get to laugh at me because I have to get on stage on the president's dinner thing for our leadership WASDA. So you can heckle me. Will that help make you come? All right, I think that was it.
That's it, yeah.
All right, so I have a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're adjourned.